Hi children, namaste to all. How are you all? Hope you're all enjoying your stay at home. And now, today we shall learn a new topic, that is verb. And you know, verb is the king of grammar, king of English language. Without verb, we cannot make any sentence. So learning about verb is very, very important. And in this video, the following agenda you will be learning: the definition of verb and different types of verbs and examples for each type of verb we will be learning. So children, please, after learning the definitions and types of verbs, please make at least 10 examples of your own. That way you can improve the understanding of these types of verbs. And as you have already started virtual test taking on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, which is going to be tomorrow, please follow the videos carefully each week. Prepare your notes at home and prepare for the tests. And before you send your answers, please send your name and your class so that teachers will not have any confusions to find whose paper is that. Hope you understand this and enjoy your stay at home. Once again, please, if you don't understand anything in this video, please ask me. Now we shall learn the new topic, that is verb. Hi children, now we shall learn an important topic, that is verb. It is an important lesson that we must all learn, and that is verb. And in this lesson we shall learn about what is a verb and different types of verbs. And verb has got a special place in English because without verb we cannot make a single statement. Now we shall learn what is a verb. A verb is a word which describes an action, a state and possession. Action words are referred by doing, state words are referred by being, and possession words are referred by having. Doing verbs. It also known as an action verb. And what are the action verbs? They are play, eat, read, jump, study, wash, write, sing, dance. Whatever we do with our physique, it is called as doing verbs. Doing action, it involves our body. Then being verbs. Being shows our existence, what we are. For example, the definition of it is also known as existence verb. Example, is, am, are, was, were, be. Past and present of our existence they will tell. Now what are the having verbs? It is also known as possession verbs because they tell about what we have. For example, the verbs that we use for showing possession are has, have, had, having, etc. I have a pen, she has a pen, we had a pen, and we are having a pen. These are the three words that we use for showing the possession. Now examples of verbs. For example, I eat my meals regularly. Eat is a action. Since it is a action, it is called as doing verb. And children play in the park. Play is a verb and it is again doing verb because we play, we do the, we enjoy playing. It is an action, so it is a doing verb. Then Rima is my friend. What is Rima? What is the state of Rima? What is the existence of Rima? Rima is my friend. Here in this third statement, it is not talking about any action. Okay, it is just telling the truth of Rima. So Rima is my friend. It is a being verb. The dog was black. It is also being verb. I have a red pen. Have is telling that what I have, what is with me. So what I am possessing. So I have a red pen. So it is a having verb. He has a big house. So has, here again having is a possession verb. Then what are the kinds of verb? Now in this lesson we are going to learn the important thing, that is kinds of verb. There are main types of verb given below. Okay, 6 main types of verbs given below here. The first one is main verb or principal verbs. Second is auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Third is transitive verbs or intransitive verbs. Fourth one is finite verb or non-finite verbs, and regular verbs and irregular verbs, and last one modal verbs. Now first one we shall see. What are the main or the principal verbs? Main verbs are the verbs which are used to denote or show any action in the sentence. So main verbs we use to show the action of the noun or pronoun. For example, they can be changed according to the other words of the sentence, like run, eat, play, read, knock, so on. We may add d or ed or ing at the end of such verbs, and these change according to the time also, past, present, and future. These verbs change according to the time of action. So if we add d, if we add ed, if we add ing to the main verbs, they become, for example, if you take ask, asked, if you asking, so it happens. For example, let's see some examples. Boys play football in the ground, so year play. He wrote the comical books, wrote. Someone knocked at the door yesterday, knocked, ed is added. I wash my uniform every day. So now play, wrote, knocked, wash, all these show the action of the noun or pronoun. Now what are the auxiliary verbs or helping verbs? These verbs are used with the main verbs only. So remember, always helping verbs are used with main verbs. They are not changed while used in the sentence. Main verbs can be changed, but these cannot be changed while we use them in the sentence. And what are the helping verbs? Is, am, are, was, were, do, does, did, will, shall, has, have, had. These are the helping verbs, and they are used before the main verbs. For example, he is writing a new story. Writing is a main verb, and before it I am using is, helping verb. Is the helping verb. Now was suffering. Suffering is the main verb. Was is the helping verb. Has is the helping verb. Wished is the main verb. Did is the helping verb. Attend is the main verb. So see, they are used before the main verbs. Attend, wished, suffering, writing. Before them we used the helping verbs, is, was, has, did, and so on. That is the way we learn about helping verbs. Now what are the transitive verbs and intransitive verbs? Verbs that need objects to complete their meanings are called transitive verbs. Transitive verb needs an object to complete its meaning. For example, he packed. He packed what? I need an object, the bag. So here packed is the transitive verb because it is requiring the object to have its meaning. Likewise, she filled the water bottle. She filled what? Water bottle. Water bottle is the object and filled is the verb, but it is a transitive verb. It is passing its action to the object, and so since it is passing the action of filled to the water bottle, it is a transitive verb. I have bought a new mobile. A new mobile is again an object, and bought. I have bought what? A new mobile. So bought requires an object to have a complete meaning. Since they require an object, they are in the transitive position, so they are called as transitive verbs. Now we shall see what is an intransitive verb. Verb that does not require object to complete its meaning is called intransitive verb. Here intransitive verbs do not need any object to have its meaning. You can end the sentence with the intransitive verb. For example, the girl smiled. Over. After smiled, I don't require to keep any kind of object. The sun shines. That's it. Brightly or brightly, colorfully, whatever, weakly, whatever it is. So that is the way intransitive verbs are. Now some images are there here to understand better difference between transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verb. The girl has plucked what? A flower. So plucked requires a flower. Plucked requires flower to have its meaning, and plucked, that action is passing on to the flower. So the verb plucked is intransitive. In transitive position, so it is a transitive verb. My father bought what? A car, a new car, a old car. So bought is transitive verb. Our family has shifted in a new house. Shifted where? To a new house. So shifted is a transitive verb. Now what are the intransitive verb? This girl is what? So happy. That's it. This girl, whatever this girl is, that's it. So it is is intransitive verb. The smell of this perfume is so nice. Again intransitive. This book is mysterious. It is saying some information. It is not requiring any kind of object actually. It is giving some complement to have its meaning. That's it. It is filling the gap is after some word. So it is, the verb is in intransitive position. So transitive verbs require an object. Intransitive verbs do not require an object. This is the simple clue or line that you must understand in this page. Now, what are the finite verbs and non-finite verbs? This is an important lesson. Finite verbs, such a type of verb forms changes according to person. Finite verbs changes according to person, and we have persons in two types, singulars and plurals, and they also change according to number and time, like past, present and future, they change. For example, she was waiting, so wait changed into waiting, so it is finite verb. Now, I had visited, visit changed into visited, so it is finite. They have planted many trees, see, planted, again it is changed, so it is a finite form. Any verb that gets changes, it is called finite verb. Now, what is a non-finite verb? Such type of verb forms do not change according to the time of an action. So these verbs, non-finite verbs, do not change according to the time of action, number or persons, whatever. For example, I like to paint a wall, to paint, it doesn't change whether plural or singular. My friend likes to paint wall, my friend likes to paint wall, they like to paint wall. See, now they, my friend, I, these are singulars are there, plurals are there, but everywhere I used to paint, to paint, to paint. It means that a non-finite verb doesn't change either in past tense or future tense or present tense, or even in the case of number of persons, whether singular persons or plural persons. I went to get a mango, they went to get a mango. To get is already same, it doesn't get changes. So any verb that doesn't change in any form of the sentence, whether past, present or future, or according to the subject, if the verb does not change, it is called as non-finite verb. This is the simple thing that you must write and keep it, my dear children. And now in the next page also we will learn more about non-finite verb. Now, finite verbs we use in tenses, okay, finite verbs we use in tenses, and finite verbs have got 6 forms, whereas non-finite verbs do not have that many forms, and they do not change at all according to the subject, number or tenses. This is a simple line that you people must remember and record in your notes, my dear children. Hope it is very clear for you, thus finite and non-finite verbs. Now, let's see what are the types of non-finite verbs. The infinite or non-finite, it can be called as infinite also. The infinite is referred to as to plus main verb. For example, she came here, to plus main verb is discuss, so to discuss the lesson, she came to discuss the lesson, so nothing changes. So it non-finite verbs, first form is infinitive verb, second is gerund, verb taking ing and working as a noun. Gerund means a verb acts as a noun. So such verbs are made up of main verb plus ing to be gerund and work as a noun in a sentence. So it works as a noun in a sentence, and we use noun to start a sentence. For example, jogging is good for physical fitness. So here jogging is actually a verb, but it is used as a gerund, it is a non-finite word, and swimming is my hobby. Okay, and third type of non-finite verb is participle. A verb that functions as an adjective in a sentence is called a participle. Verb is acting as an adjective. So when a verb acts as a adjective, it is called participle. For example, the trained soldiers fight bravely in the war. The completed task is appreciated by principal. Okay, now the other type of verbs is regular and irregular verbs. Regular or weak verbs. What are these regular or weak verbs? They end with d or ed or t. For example, laugh, laughed, laughed, paint, painted, painted, bend, bent, bent, gain, gained, gained, happen, happened, happened. So a regular verbs can also be called as weak verbs, and they always end with d or ed and t. But whereas irregular verbs are called as strong verbs because they take a different form to end its tense form. For example, arise, arose, arisen, blow, blew, blown, choose, chose, chosen, bleed, bled, bled, write, wrote, written. That's it. So this is the simple clarity that you must get while listening and looking on regular and irregular verbs. So these are all we use them. So but which regular verbs are called as weak verbs, irregular verbs are called as strong verbs. So this is the clarity, children, that you must get while viewing this page. Now, what are the modal verbs? Modal verbs are used before main or root verbs to express permission, suggestion, advice, possibility, ability, request, obligation, responsibility, and so on. Such verbs indicate the attitude, intention, and mood of the speaker. So modal verbs are used to show the mood, attitude, interest, intention of the speaker. And what are the modal verbs? Like should, must, can, could, ought, would, will, shall, be able to, may, might. These are the modal verbs. For example, I can read one book every day. I can. My possibility, ability, my ability. So can is the modal verb, and it is telling about my ability of reading book. You should clean your house yourself. Now you should, it is telling about my obligation, my responsibility. So should is the modal verb. May I drink water? May I used, and may is a modal verb that is standing there to show the attitude of the speaker for getting permission. May I drink water? Now go through this exercise and do it on a page, and please send me your snaps. Rohit is a manager in a multinational company. Now is what kind of verb? It is auxiliary verb or modal verb or non-finite verb. My sister likes to cook sweet dish. Now what kind of verb it is? Is it a non-finite verb, modal, or finite verb? He can write with both the hands, modal, intransitive, transitive. Our school team has won the match recently. Now has won. What type of verb it is? Is it a transitive verb or modal verb, or is it a gerund? So this is the exercise sheet that is there in this video, children. You must do it on a page and send me back, or I will send the answers. You cross check them. Okay, if you have doubts, please post me. Thank you, children.